Hello to Broghan. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you today. Can you tell me how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Like a few years now, it feels like. Yeah, I probably started writing daft wee songs when I was really wee. I feel like most songwriters do. Just constantly walking around the house singing something. My mum would be like, what are you singing?" I'm like, "I don't know. Just made it up." Um, so yeah, I'd do like wee daft poems and stuff when I was really little, and then started um, properly as I got into high school, and then released my first song in 2020, 2021. Yeah.
So, what was it like busking in the streets of Glasgow at the age of 14? That must be very scary, busking in Glasgow at that age.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it can be scary. I won't lie. There's some I can say this coming from Glasgow, there's some crazy people out there. No, but it was brilliant. It was great fun. I feel like everyone, so many people in Glasgow are just so kind, and a lot of people would come up and give me any spare change and would talk to me, and yeah, they're really nice. I would do it with my dad. So my dad would always be um
In
standing
the
nearby.
crowds, in the crowds.
He would stand nearby and keep an eye out in case I don't know, there's so many times people would like accidentally like kick my tin or something and money would just go flying everywhere. Or, yeah, stuff like that would happen, and so he's always nearby on the lookout.
What was it like going to a recording studio when you recorded your debut single?
Um for my debut single, I for my very first single I recorded it at home in lockdown, and that was a wee bit of a disaster. It wasn't a disaster. I did it on like GarageBand and stuff, and it didn't sound great. So I ended up taking that off recently, redoing it. I was a couple of songs I did it for my college course, and I took them off, and I redid them myself with a friend and put them on. But my first time properly recording one of my own songs in the studio was amazing. I worked with um a man called Sandy who works at the Foundry in Motherwell, down outside Glasgow, and yeah, it was brilliant. We just spent all day working on what song was that? Don't Whisper, and yeah, I had a great time. It was so exciting, like being in the studio for my own song. I'd kind of been in studios throughout college and stuff, working on various things or doing covers or anything like that. But for my own song, it was really exciting, and getting to work with a producer and seeing the magic they do, just seeing the song come to life was brilliant.
Can you tell me more about this single that you just called Ping Ping Ping?
Yeah. Um, so Ping Ping Ping, I recorded with some friends at our college studio in Cumbernauld. Um, that was really fun. We basically just were given the opportunity, me and I think it was two other songwriters in the course were chosen to basically get to produce our own songs in a professional setting, and that was so fun. I did that with some sound engineer students who are now great friends, and yeah, we worked on that over about a couple of days, and yeah, it was fun.
So can you tell me more about single that you just called Showtime?
Yeah, Showtime I recorded as well at the Foundry. Um, yeah, I Showtime's a weird song. I call it my upbeat song, even though it's not even that. It's not even that upbeat, but compared to the rest of them, all my other depressing songs. Um, yeah, Showtime is about it's kind of about lockdown, I wrote it in lockdown, and feeling kind of trapped, but the show must go on and still continue and still work towards um my music and stuff, and no matter what's going on, just put a smile on your face and just pretend like nothing all that bad's happening. So it's got kind of a dark meaning behind it, but yeah, it's kind of upbeat.
So, where do you get your inspiration for songwriting?
I've got lots of different inspirations as like different artists and stuff. My dad is both my mum and dad are really into music, but a lot of my inspirations come from probably a bit more of my dad's style of music. Like Radiohead randomly. He was not himself when he would see that I have like this really like dainty voice and then would kind of come up with these kind of Radiohead themes um and chords and stuff and these dark meanings behind songs and he really loves them and so does my mom. Mom's totally into music. She played violin throughout her whole childhood and loved it. So the two of them like really push me to keep going. They're so supportive and help me with everything I do. So yeah, just writing songs for them and I'm really inspired by like what happens round about like ping 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 like you mentioned that is about social media and kind of cyberbullying and stuff like that. There's all of my songs have kind of dark meanings behind them, quite emotional. Um, so yeah, I find a lot of things to write about throughout each day.
So, was it like performing at the Boot Fest?
Beaufest, yeah. Oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I got to do. That was last year. I got to do Beaufest. That was main stage. So that was just in the wee Isle of Bute. That was it was so funny. Again, we had to drive. How many hours was that? I don't know. It felt like hours and hours and hours. Driving up with all of like our gear and getting on a ferry, going across to Butte, and um, got to play. That was my first time playing main stage at a festival. My only time playing main stage at a festival. Um, so far, and yeah, I really loved it. It was a lot of fun.
So, can you tell me, what was it like opening for Lewis Capaldi?
It was amazing. It was so good. Uh, yeah, I loved it. It was audience. It was at the Hydro, and that's capacity of 12,000. Oh, as you can imagine, never played anything anywhere close. Never even played to probably over. Never played over 100 people, and all of a sudden, um, I was playing in front of 12,000 and. Yeah, I just jumped on the stage and sang my wee heart out. Just tried my best, and it was so much fun.
So, how did that come about?
Um, Me and Lewis went to the same college, NCL, so New College Lanarkshire. Um, it's a brilliant college. I got a lot of support from my lecturers there, and yeah, Lewis went as well, and he came back for a visit. We didn't go at the same time. He went a few years before me, and he came back for a visit and did a kind of guest lecture thing. And some cheeky person up the back of the lecture hall was kind of like, "Oh, can one of can you bring us to a show or something? It was can we come and see one of your shows?" And he's like, "Ah, yeah, yeah." And someone else went, "Oh, I'll do you one better. Can we come and support you?" And he was like, "Aye, sure. Yeah, I'll see if I can figure something out." And everyone was just laughing, thinking, as if. And a few months later, I was picked. I got a phone call from my tutor, Scott Cowie, who is still a really good friend now, and just was like, "What are you doing on the 24th of January?" I was like, "Why?" Assuming he was gonna be like, "Oh, you need to come to the college and set up something." I don't know. He would always have us coming in to do like um shows and stuff at the college, and he was like, "Well, Lewis Capaldi is looking for a support act and picked you." Um, he's asked, he's seen your music video and stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be under your name. So you free? And as you can imagine, just floods of tears, just absolutely freaking out. And yeah.
So, can you tell me about your the the EP that is called Hearing Memories?
Yeah, Hidden Memories, that was an acoustic release. I recorded it all and produced it all from my home studio. It's my home studio is literally my garage. And my dad, um, for my 21st birthday, done it all up for me, all by himself. I don't know where he got these skills from, but all of a sudden he's like managing to build like this studio. He soundproofed it all, and it was it was brilliant. And um, so I filmed recorded my EP Hearing Memories, and that was 4 songs, and that was how I re-released one of my songs, Zero Gravity, and I, as well as a cover of Should I Say or Should I Go, I re-released an acoustic version of my song called Whisper and an acoustic version of my song Ping Ping Ping. And yeah, it that took a while to do that EP, working out how to do all of this from home in a professional manner. Because I'd done my wee garage band songs that I'd released and then regretted later. um, so I'd taken them down, but I really wanted to do them properly, do those songs justice, and I feel like with my help from my friend Dylan, um, we managed to work a lot on them at home, just put all of our time and effort into it, and spend as much time as we needed on it, rather than going into a studio and only having, say, 6 hours to do a song that you've worked on for ages, and you want it to be so perfect, but you only have 6 hours and the clock's going down and you've paid all this money, it just needs to be perfect. Whereas at home, I there was no I wasn't paying any money for it. I had all my stuff there, and we just, yeah, just focused on it.
It saves the pennies doing it from home, I guess, but don't get that experience, do you? Going into the proper studio.
No, no, I think I love going in a proper studio, and if I had the money for it, I would be I would go all the time. But it's not always it's not always feasible, and it's not always you've not always got the time for like that you want to put in. We experimented a lot with hearing memories and doing trying out random things. You don't have that same time in a um like paid for professional studio to experiment and do all these different things, and re-record stuff and get it absolutely as much as you can, like perfect.
So, can you tell me how do you know about CJC Promotions? Catherine Campbell. How do you know Catherine?
Um, Catherine, I met through Avondale Radio. I was on Avondale Radio are great friends who I actually met at Buttefest last year, and they were so lovely, and they interviewed me that day, and ever since we kept in touch. And it's Kenny and Nancy. I go round to theirs every now and then into their studio and stuff for interviews on when I've got a new release, and they play my songs all the time. They're so great. They're brilliant. And I was talking to them, and they were like, "We have this friend, Catherine, who I'll introduce you to." So, um, I added Catherine on Facebook. I sent her an email or something as well, and she's brilliant. She's so nice. I really love her. She's so good. She's actually like you wouldn't think that when you're just working with someone. I've never even met her in real life because she lives up north and I'm down here, but she she's so nice, and I just email her and message her on message her on Facebook, and she's so sweet, and I feel like I've got like this new wee friend um over up north. But yeah.
It helps you with your promotion, so that's good to hear. So,
Yeah, she's brilliant, and she's introduced me to so many different people and professionals, and um done wonders for my career already. I would absolutely recommend to anyone who.
so it's good for you. It gets your music heard on other stations as well. So it must be pretty good for that.
Oh, brilliant! It's so good. I never would have met any of these people and or been played on any of these radios, not for her.
So, can you tell me now about what about your latest single called "The Calm Before the Storm"?
Yeah, yeah, The Camp Before the Storm I released on the 1st of November. And yeah, it's about I also did it. I also did it from in the studio and at home with my friend Dylan. And again, that took ages, but I actually think it's probably one of my favorite songs now of my own releases. I'm really proud of it. It's about a girl who is anticipating her downfall, and she can just feel it coming. There's something bad's about to happen. You just know it, and you can sense it, but you're trying to stay oblivious, and you want to be in your ignorance, I suppose, but you know something. You can just see it in front of you that it's all going downhill, and um it can be related to friendships or relationships. Um, when you know you're kind of this person probably isn't the best for you. They're not supporting you the way they should be, but you kind of hang on, hope it's okay, and that you're gonna be the two of you will be okay, or your group, and then that kind of falls apart, and at the end of the song is the storm, and that is the falling apart of whatever um relationship this is, or the moment you feel like things are kind of going wrong. That's the storm.
So, any plans to be recording any new music in the near future?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got so many songs that I need recorded, and I'm hoping to release another wee one at the start of next year. But I say that, and then things always happen, get in the way. But I'm hoping to have a new song out soon.
What about releasing a Christmas single next year?
My mum is adamant to get me on a Christmas single. She's like, Brogan, that's where it's at. They're the ones that go really popular. Um, yeah, maybe, maybe.
So, well, any plans of doing a collab with another artist? Lewis Capaldi, that'd be good.
I would love to if he was free. Obviously, I think he's got a lot going on. He's been a wee bit um MIA recently, I think, with everything going on. But yeah, I think I would love to do a collab with Scapaldi or anyone local who is nearby. Yeah.
So, can you tell me, what's it like being an independent artist in the world that we live in?
Um, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun and it's um quite freeing, I suppose. And I have a lot of control over my own music and my own my own career and everything to do with it. But on my own, as a one wee person, kind of trying to run a business and stay afloat, I suppose. It is difficult. Um, but things like this interview and any opportunities on radio stations or everything like that helps and is so exciting for me and everything that comes my way feels like such an accomplishment. Like when yourself like reaches out, it's really exciting for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, something's coming, and I've got this interview, and I'm really excited about that, and I get there's a lot of ebbs and flows, I suppose, but um, an awful lot of wee wins you get when you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, it's not hard work being an independent artist. What goes on in the background?
Yeah, it's not just, I think people probably like, oh, it's just you get to do what you love, which absolutely, you get to do you write songs and release them and stuff, but there's so much more to it. I think a lot of people are naive to like the business management and the promotion and social media and um, just and performances and gigs and all of these things and as one person it's kind of like trying to maintain a brand. That sounds so cheesy, but um trying to have like this idea of a kind of singer songwriter and that can release everything that you want people to listen to and to keep updated on. It's hard to push that and it's hard to like push yourself as a product. Does that make sense?
So, finally, can you, is any gigs you got coming up?
Yeah, on the 1st of March 2025, I've got a gig at Slay, Glasgow. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. That's with Johnny Barr, who's headlining. There's an amazing artist, amazing Scottish artist, and a band called Sapien, who are brilliant as well. And yeah, I'm really excited for this gig. I feel like they're quite similar along the lines of my style of music. So I think it'll be a good night.
So, finally, Kate and listeners, we can find you on your social media.
Oh, on social media, anyone can find me just under Brogan with an H, so Broghan, and um, my Facebook is Brogan Singing, which I really need to change. Everyone slags me off for that. It's crazy your second name singing. If you sing, then my second name is not singing. I just had to put second name when I was in like third year or something, and I chose that, which wasn't my finest moment, but I don't know how to change it.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today,
Thank you so much for having me.
and have a great Christmas and New Year.
You too.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.